Subscribe now and win a free cupcake.
Hello Internet, it is I, the Roshi, and I'm back with another reaction. This time, it's more Warhammer 40k stuff. Who would have thought? This time I'm going to be watching every single Warhammer Space Marine Legion in a nutshell by Bricky. I'm looking forward to this. Let's get started.
To the people on the internet, the time has come. The reckoning begins. Your boy got himself a shaker cup.
Woo! I guess that's something he was trying to do.
After many months of shilling gamer subs like mad, my favorite thing to do, we have ourselves a goddamn shaker cup. It's here, the official Bricky waifu shaker cup. Do you see the gal on here? If it's not great at focusing, I'm sure there'll be a thing in the background. Skater, put a thing in the background. Long white hair, absolutely. A bit more toned, abs, obviously. Bikini,
obviously.
Hit it. Legally distinct mark on the face, of course. She wants you to do the diddle thing, maybe, but most likely to serve in a glorious army. Legally distinct? I think so. The Bricky Shaker Cup is available now, and you should get it while it is hot. But if you're thinking, Bricky, what should I put in this? Well, how about my top 10 favorite gamer subs flavors from number 1 to number 10, all of them incredible but listed regardless, and an addendum for those that are caffeine free. This shaker cup is available now in the description of this video. You may use code Bricky as well at checkout to get a discount on your order. A massive amount of profits goes to yours truly, and a huge thank you to gamer subs for sponsoring and for getting me this beautiful cup. Go out there and get it. I'm gonna take one more sip for the camera, slow it down, throw some sexy music in there, and I'll see you guys soon.
This is the right thing to do. There's just... I appreciate this.
Hello everybody, my name is Bricky, currently stuck in the...
Confession. Never tried gamer subs. Is it any good? I don't know. Anyway, on with the reaction.
Walls of the most prodigious school in the Imperium by punishment for falling asleep during class.
It's a hard punishment.
God bless the Skull of Progenium. Okay. Many of you have come across my Every Faction Explained video. Firstly, thank you. Secondly, we are here to dig a little deeper. Space Marines are the quintessential poster boys of Warhammer 40,000. When people think 40k, they think Space Marines.
True.
But there are many types of Space Marines, formed from 20 separate legions. We are going to rattle them off in order and give you a quick rundown of each one. A disclaimer, like in my Every Faction Explained video, this is a mix of accuracy and memes. If I say the Salamander's Legion specializes in hugging children and petting puppies, they aren't exactly doing that, mostly. I would like to pet this creature. But you can infer that they care about civilians and are a bit kinder than the average Space Marine. A Space Marine being a genetically modified super soldier that's had 1 million new and terrifying organs shoved into them, refrigerators strapped to their bodies, and are so far above the average human that they are referred to as demigods instead. Each Space Marine has a father, unlike you, a Primarch, which is basically an even bigger Space Marine that was forged in a lab by the God Emperor of Mankind, that gigantic golden dude you see everywhere, who is both the leader and now the martyr of humanity. The Primarchs are his 20 sons, built in a lab, who lead 20 legions of Space Marines, who are their sons. Not from a lab, but rather a dissection table, giving them the powers and skills of their associated Primarch via a gene seed, a special organ carrying the genetic makeup of their Primarch and, you know, their seed. So if Chagatai Khan of the White Scars has the genetic makeup that wants him to go really fast, then his sons, the Space Marines, also want to go really fast. I should note that I am only referring to the legions this time around. If you're interested in sub-factions like, let's say, the Black Templars, then it's not going to be here. However, I do have a excellent Black Templar video. I'd argue it's probably the most accurate one I can think of. It goes through the whole lore, everything about them. It's a very long video, and I'll put it in the description. Just look up Black Templar video in the description. You'll get what you need. And now, with the easy explanation out of the way, let us begin with our first Legion.
All right, real quick. The things on Space Marines' backs. He said refrigerator. Refrigerator. Words. Is it? I always thought it was more like a jetpack or like a jump pack or something like that. Maybe not. I don't. Is it actually a refrigerator? Does it keep their body cool? Regulate temperature? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, this seems like this is gonna be pretty cool. I'm about to learn a lot. All right, here we go.
Dark Angels. Allegiance? Loyal. Primarch Lionel L. Johnson, a duelist, a knight, a real asshole, I'm not gonna lie. The single word descriptor? Paranoid. The Dark Angels are our first legion, hailing from the death world known as Caliban. Their Primarch Lionel Johnson is what happens when you try to make the side profile Chad meme into a genuine character. He is a master tier duelist, a brilliant strategist, and an overall dick. There are few situations he isn't prepared for, and few fights he isn't ready to lead head on. This makes the Dark Angels have a very Knights of the Round Table vibe. They look like the knights of old with these large suits of power armor, often donning robes and hoods. Their names also follow this. They have like Ezekiel, Azrael, Belial, Samuel, and so on. However, the common thing associated with Dark Angels are the Fallen, a part of their faction that turned traitor against the Imperium, and they are very heavily trying to expunge all knowledge of them from existence. Fallen? What Fallen? Never heard of any Fallen. Do you know about the Fallen? We're gonna take you away and mind probe you to make sure you have never heard of the Fallen. They definitely don't exist, and if they do exist, which they don't, we will find them even though they don't exist. They love their interrogations. They thrive in it. Lionel Johnson is a scorched earth policy sometimes, and it's given to his sons in force, which makes sense considering that when the Lion heard of a Chaos Primarch on a homeworld different Primarch, whose mom was there, he was like, let's nuke it. The Dark Angels are a special group where they formulate themselves into 3 different factions. The Deathwing Terminators, slow-moving, tough phalanx. The Raven Wing, fast jet bikes and flyers. And the Green Wing, which is your standard Marines. They are a jack of all trades, but not in the sense where they're good at everything, but rather they have a lot of things that are good at specific things. Like instead of 20 people that have a multi-tool, they instead have 20 people with gigantic power tools for every job imaginable. If you like being suspicious about everyone and everything in your surroundings, but you also like to have a whole lot of deep knight type lore, run the Dark Angels.
The One Piece!
Okay. I was a little confused in the beginning when he was saying how loyal, but then kind of hinting towards heresy, and I guess that's because they had that split, and there's like that search for any traitors amongst them. Or something like that. That's my guess, unless if I'm just completely misunderstanding the hint. Maybe there's more to it, I'm not sure. But that seems pretty cool how I do like the idea of I don't know, it's like it's not like how he said it's not like each Marine is a jack of all trades, but rather them as a legion, as a chapter or whatever, they have different departments that are super specialized in something. That's pretty cool. I think that's interesting. Okay, anyway, second legion.
One Piece is real!
Our second legion is a special one.
If you can see,
okay.
The numbers all go.
Real quick. I think I don't exactly know what that is, other than it's, I mean, like, you know, information can't be found, I guess. I did hear from someone or from somewhere, I can't remember if it was in the comments or from a different video that I watched a while back, that there are 2 legions that aren't talked about. I don't know why, but yeah, there are 2 legions that are just not, that either don't exist or they're just not referred to anymore. I don't know if it's because it's something that they did, or if it's like the writers just retconning stuff. I'm not exactly sure. If anyone does know the reason behind why there are two legions that we don't talk about, well, I guess if you're not allowed to talk about it, then don't talk about it. But I would like to know. Would. Okay. Emperor's Children, 3rd Legion.
Yeah. The numbers all go to 11.
The Emperor's Children. Allegiance, traitor. Primarch, Fulgrim, a perfectionist, an artist, a sneaky snaky snake. And the single word descriptor, perfection. The Emperor's Children are all about the pursuit of perfection. Perfection in all they do. Perfection in war, in artistry, and perfection in every other aspect of life. Their armor is a gleaming pink, purple, and
Dig the
gold.
armor.
Their ships have spires of gorgeous marble and gold statues in their honor. Fulgrim is a man who believes the pursuit of perfection is the goal of all things. And I mean, look at him. Can you truly tell me that he is not perfect? The hair, the features. As Primarchs go, he is the one you look at, and if 40K had a guy that would give you the best sex you've ever had and never call you back, this is the fucking guy. Which is why this pursuit of decadence led them to the evils of chaos. Yes, Emperor's Children are our first Chaos Legion, and not just a normal one. One devoted to, you guessed it, Slaanesh, the Prince of Pleasure, god of unspeakable excess. The Emperor's Children in their pursuit are now horrifyingly mutated beings through Slaanesh's great will. They torture and maim to feel perfection through pain. They screech and attack with sonic weaponry for perfection through sound.
That's kind of cool.
And they slaughter, aiming for perfection in war. Fulgrim himself lost the battle against Slaanesh as a demon sword corrupted his mind and transformed him into the sexy man he was, into the sexy snake he is now. A demon Primarch, corrupted and bringing his legion's will by himself. As far as Emperor's Children go, they are some bad people. They do horrible things to anyone and everything. In fact, they're such trolls that their battle cry is for the Emperor, despite being horribly mutated and corrupted. If you've ever taken a little too much of a drug, or maybe the music at a concert was too loud and you didn't bring any earplugs, or whatever the reason, you just take all those things and you dial it, and you dial it, and you twist it, and the knob breaks. And that is the Emperor's Children.
God is
Okay. Yeah, Fulgrim. I think it's cool how a perfectionist is tempted by Slaanesh. And the fact that they got, sonic weaponry? You know, stuff with sound? That's interesting. I wasn't expecting something like that, so that's pretty cool. Okay, moving on. We got Iron Warriors, 4th Legion.
Is dead. God, we mean is dead. And we have killed him.
The Iron Warriors. Allegiance, traitor. Primarch, Perturabo, a warlord, a siege smith, an incel. Single word descriptor, siege. Continuing the trend of our Chaos Legions, we have the Iron Warriors led by Primarch Perturabo of Olympia. To understand the Iron Warriors, though, one must first understand Perturabo. A man so bitter, coffee beans run for light. A man who hates the world and everyone in it, who never got recognition for his deeds, who hates his brothers and hates their accomplishments even more. Someone so laughably petty, so incredibly bitter that he goes full circle to becoming likable. Why?
Really?
Because he's competent. The Horus Heresy. We didn't talk about the Horus Heresy. Intermission.
All right. Horus Heresy
So
time.
Horus was the Emperor's favorite son, right? You know, so the Emperor walked into his room. Horus said, Dad, I just gifted 150 subs to Amaranth, and she said my name a ton, and she loved me for it. I really think that I might get to meet her one day. And it kind of played out something like this.
Your feelings for her are not real. They are real to me!
And then it started playing out a little bit more like this.
Let the seas boil. Let the stars fall. Though it takes the last drop of my blood.
Yeah. So Iron Warriors, the Horus Heresy
Okay,
have
okay.
gotten...
Real quick, I do know a little bit about the Horus Heresy, and I've learned a lot from you guys in the comments. Thank you so much for you know, informing me. But why? Like, I know Bricky kind of explained it, but it was done in a very comical meme way just now, and I'm failing to fully understand. Was it just like he wanted something and the Emperor was just like, no, you can't have it, and then he got butthurt and like started this coup? I don't know. What is the actual reason why Horus kind of just switched gears and went for the Emperor, you know? Anyway. Continuing.
Get done without Peter Turbo. Imagine an entire faction that is the personification of brutal industrialism, where you serve the Legion until your dying breath. You build and you kill and you siege and you kill and you literally summon demons just to take them and trap them in machines and use them as cannon fodder. This is a thing they do. They summon demons to trap and use as shock troops. The Iron Warriors are siege warfare incarnate. They are heavy weapons, they are tanks, they are turrets, and they don't die. They hate Imperials, they hate Imperial Fists.
Do you need a pacifier, Iron Baby? No, I don't.
They are bitter incarnate. Perturabo and the Iron Warriors don't serve the Chaos Gods because they like them. They serve them because fuck you.
Come on, guys, let's go.
Not another speeding ticket.
Okay, Perturabo and his Iron Warriors. You know, at first I wasn't too into it. Like, I mean, I guess it's kind of cool, the siege thing and that, but I don't know. I think I'm just more like infantry minded rather than vehicles and machines, says the freaking Necron collector. I'm making no sense right now. What I do like is that he is using demons for the purpose of making his shit better and not necessarily allying with them to work together with them. I like the idea that he's using chaos. That's cool. That's interesting. Okay, yeah. Iron Warrior, sure. Now it's the White Scars.
Another speeding ticket. I'll fight it in court, but I don't think they're gonna accept gotta go fast as a medical condition.
The White Scars. Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Jagatai Khan. A speed demon, a plain strider, a roast god. Single word descriptor, speed. Hailing from Chagoris. The White Scars are all about speed. They love melee, but they love it even more when they are doing it from a motorcycle or land speeder. Or honestly, just running really damn fast. The White Scars are honestly forgotten about a lot, and that's lore accurate. They are a legion that doesn't seek the recognition or glory from the combat they engage in. They engage in it because it is their duty and because they love it. Not in the insane slaughter enjoyment of loving it, but in the thrill of the fight. They are known as the Laughing Killers because they ride into battle with a smile on their face and a chuckle in their throat. And as you can tell by their Primarch's name, they are Mongolian based. Remove horses and replace them with motorcycles and land spears, and that's your style. They are heavily based on the old times of Genghis Khan, and consider this is 40k and everybody's evil. Yeah, you know, that fits. The White Scars are actually physical scars on their body, going back to their heritage on Chagoris. The Khan himself is kind of a dickhead, but a reasonable one. He thinks ahead, he's intelligent, he's patient. He is often underestimated because he doesn't scream his accomplishments from the rooftops, which is what makes him and the White Scars dangerous. His skills are kept at bay, only to be truly shown when the time is needed. The White Scars are a forgotten legion often, but that doesn't diminish their accomplishments. All it does is surprise those who underestimate them. Speed, awesome Mongolian vibe they got going on, and if you really like to stab people, that's the White Scars for you. Shameless thirst break.
Okay. I really like the White Scars. Jagadai Kong, I already forgot his name. The White Scar Primarch guy. He, I like that he doesn't boast his accomplishments. I like that. But at the same time, he's still a dick. I'm going to assume that the majority of these Primarchs are just assholes, because the Emperor seemed like he was an asshole. They're all from his gene seed. It's unfortunate that the majority of them took that trait as well. I don't know. But yeah, I kind of like his vibe. I like the whole like going fast thing, stabby, and just doing it because they enjoy their job. And then at the end of the day, they're not like, we're the best. They prove that they're the best through action. Actions speak louder than words. So, I don't know. That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, Space Wolves.
Woof, 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 woof. Woof, bitch. The Space Wolves. Allegiance, loyalist. Primarch, Leman Russ. A Viking, a savage, the Undertaker. Single word descriptor, wolf, 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 wolf. There's so many goddamn wolf units. Skater, how many units in the Space Wolves Codex have the word wolf in their name? The Space Wolves are the 6th Legion and hail from Fenris, a frozen wasteland of a world with their Primarch, Leman Russ. I don't really need to spend a whole lot of time talking about the Space Wolves because it's very obvious who they are. They are the second most obvious what their shtick is legion in the 20 legions besides the World Eaters. When you look at the Space Wolves behind, what do you see? Do you see Vikings in space? You've done it. Congratulations.
I did it.
Found Vikings in space. But they have as much in common with a regular Marine as an all-day Viking with like a Roman soldier. You see, as a Space Marine, your body is so enhanced that you filter out poison, and so you can't get drunk. The Space Wolves distill a special mead out of a horrible poisonous plant that would kill a normal human, so they can get drunk. They have fangs in their mouths. They sometimes cannibalize their enemies. Yeah,
that's a little weird.
People because they gain knowledge about them from there and about battle plans. The Space Wolves are savages. They're raiders. They're Vikings. But despite all of this, they are loyal to their core. Leman Russ is an egotistical guy who just shouts stories and tales of his accomplishments everywhere they can. But at the same time, he was so damn loyal that instead of gunning down his foes, he hit him with a fucking backbreaker to show his devotion to wrestling. If you want Vikings in space, you found it. Play the Vikings in space.
We're gonna build the wall. We have no choice.
Okay, oh boy. Vikings in space. All right. Seems like a little bit of the opposite as far as personality goes to Jagadai Khan. God, I hope that's his name. Yeah, Leman Russ just boasting his accomplishments. Sounds insufferable. Would not want to hang out with that dude. But hey, if he's good at what he does, how can you be mad at it, you know? Anyway. Moving on to the Imperial Fists.
Build the wall. We have no choice. We have no choice. Build that wall. Build that wall. Build that wall.
The Imperial Fists. Allegiance, loyalist. Primarch, Rogel Dorn. A builder, a phalanx, and he needs a hand. Single word descriptor, fortify. The Imperial Fists are led by Primarch Rogel Dorn on their homeworld of Inuit. However, they themselves are actually a fleet-based chapter, with their main source of recruitment coming from an enormous moon-sized ship called the Phalanx. The Fists are a chapter you think of when you think of duty. They love to serve. The love to serve and the inability to be moved. Rogel Dorn is an architect, a master builder, and basically a rock. in brain and body. A lack of humor or ability to lie shows that he is as blunt as the weapons of war he creates. Not the swords he makes, but like blunt, strong weapons. The fists are the same. Take your archetypical American Marine style look, a buzz cut, a hard sense of duty, and then throw in some power armor and a love for building defenses, and you have the Imperial Fists. They are immovable. When you find a spot, they're ready to defend. You can't breach them. Their knowledge of defensive warfare is paramount. Without them, the Horus Heresy would have been so much more effective, but thanks to their insane and immovable tenacity, the Imperium lives today.
Well, that's good.
And let's not forget that Iron Warrior and Imperial Fist rivalry. Want to know why the Iron Warriors are so bitter?
Yeah.
These guys are the reason why.
Hey, guys, bring the thing! Where is he going? Hey, that could have killed me!
Hey, guys! We missed! Get another!
Dorn and Perturabo are basically two sides of the same coin. One is just a bit more level-headed and got better jobs. If you want to be defensive, to be good at everything Space Marines are good at, bolters, heavy weapons, vehicles, you want a classic military fighting force, start fisting.
I am having a very bad day. This, today.
All right, so that's cool how you have one that's about siege, the Iron Warriors, and then you have the Imperial Fists who are more about defenses. And it makes sense that they would clash and have that rivalry, especially when going up against each other. Interesting. That's pretty cool. So on the tabletop, would they actually kind of be an even match? Because you have one that's really good at going through defenses versus one that is really good with keeping up defenses. I feel like it would kind of cancel each other out a little bit, but I don't know. Not sure. I also know that the rules are kind of changing up a little bit because of 10th edition, so who knows how it's going to be. But that's cool. That's all right. All right. I will say when he said that Dorn had he was a rock in body and brain, that made me think that he was stupid, but I guess that's not the case, and it's more just like maybe mental strength, like just focused and not distracted by other crap that's going on. He said he's very blunt and all that stuff too, so yeah. All right, we have Night Lords, 8th Legion.
Having a very bad day. This, today, is one of the worst days.
Oh boy. Oh boy, here we go. The Night Lords. Allegiance, heretic. Primarch, Conrad Kurz. A sadist, a vigilante, depresso espresso. Single word, fear. The Night Lords are my favorite legion, hailing from Nostromo and their Primarch, Conrad Kurz. They are a traitor legion from a planet known as the Sunless World, or the World of Endless Night. Nostromo is a horrible hive city that is known for being host to some of the worst gang violence, murder, and working conditions around.
So it's like Gotham.
Thing keeping the population in check is the suicide rate. The Night Lords followed in the footsteps of their Primarch, a man who believed in a twisted sense of justice and that the only way to make humans compliant is through fear. The Legion's lesson has been lost on them, as their ranks were repopulated by gang members, murderers, arsonists, torturers, and other words I can't say on YouTube, as young as 12 years old. Murderers before they were even teenagers, raised to become demigods. Now, fear is what they sow and flesh is what they reap. The Night Lords are scum. They are the exact opposite of all other legions. They torture and they maim and they flay because they think it's fun. They run away often so they can come back and kill you with more numbers. They prey on the innocent and the weak. They kill normal civilians because it's easy and flee any battle where they don't possess overwhelming odds. They are the antithesis of normal Space Marines. They are scum. One time, a world did not comply to their demands, so they raided one of their ships and brought it into atmosphere. The crowds cheered and clapped as it appears that they had won the battle. And the airlocks opened, and the skinned and flayed bodies of the crew were thrown down in the populace. In other words,
okay.
A legion of gangers and criminals. Add together a heavy Slavic influence to them.
All right.
You've got my favorite faction.
You have not done the
okay,
for 5 years.
I'm going to imagine that it's his favorite faction just because of how over-the-top scummy that they are. Because that's pretty dark there. I will ask that in the beginning, Bricky mentioned how all these Space Marines go through extensive surgeries to get these extra organs, these implants, this turned into super soldiers. But then he was saying how these guys are just like members of like gangs and just horrible people. Are they just recruited and then they go through the surgeries anyway so they can be as strong as Space Marines? Or are they not, genetically enhanced as the average Space Marine, but something to do with how crazy they are just somehow makes them capable of doing the like weird stuff through willpower or some other weird, maybe warp stuff. I don't know. They looked kind of demonic in a way. Anyway, Blood Angels, the 9th Legion.
So embarrassed when people come over here.
What does it matter? You bring them over, you kill them. Vampires don't do dishes.
The Blood Angels. Allegiance, loyal. Primarch, sanguineous. An angel, a vampire, a dead-ass motherfucker.
Oh.
Single word descriptor, blood. The Blood Angels are 9th Legion, hailing from the homeworld of Baal, with their Primarch, Sanguinius. The Blood Angels are a tragic tale with one of the best Primarchs, one beloved by almost everybody, a genuine angelic figure who led his people to glory, killed by the hands of the traitor Horus before the Emperor's eyes. The death of their Primarch led the entire Legion to madness as their gene seed malfunctioned and created something known as the Black Rage.
Okay.
The Blood Angels degrade over time, experiencing something called the Red Thirst, which gives them a genuine vampiric thirst for blood. As their minds degrade and break down, they get angrier and angrier, becoming berserk killing machines with no other goal than to tear everything in sight apart. But they don't see it as that. They see themselves there, at their Primarch's demise, with Horus in sight. And to them, it's time for vengeance. That Space Marine over there, that Chaos Space Marine, that's Horus. Kill him. That Orc War Boss over there, Horus. Kill him. That Tyranid Swarm, 1,000 Horuses. Horai.
Gotta kill them all. Yeah,
Did your toast come out a little bit burnt? Horus sabotaged your toaster.
Oh my god.
Destroy the toaster. Destroy it. Do it. Do it. Kill your toaster. Do it. This slow, debilitating disease takes over the Blood Angels, and it gives them this angelic, vampire, and Catholic-inspired imagery. They have chalices of blood. They rest in coffins and can even use psychic powers to sprout angel wings from their bodies. They are a tragedy through and through, and the only thing that will look more tragic are the mangled bodies of those they come in contact with.
Okay. So, when I walked into a Warhammer store, I actually saw a couple people playing in there, and one of the people playing was a Blood Angels player. I've also seen that in general, Blood Angels are pretty popular amongst, like, when choosing Space Marines and stuff. Now, my thing is, Sanguinius super dead? Is there a chance he could possibly come back in some way? And why would their leader's death cause this sickness? I would understand maybe if it was like something that the original Blood Angels went through. But they would eventually make more, right? Don't they keep recruiting people for these legions and stuff? Because that would seem like a pretty bad idea if it's like, oh, let's recruit this new guy who's gonna be a blood angel. Oh, but he's gonna have the black rage too. Seems like you're I don't know. Maybe that's not how that works, but I don't know. I'm sure some blood angel players will be able to maybe explain it, because I know, like Bricky said, this is more entertainment first, and you can't dive into every single little thing. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like if they aren't already, blood angels can potentially turn to chaos for their actions if they can't control themselves. Maybe I'm wrong for saying that. I don't know. Anyway, Iron Hands, 10th Legion.
The Iron Hands. Allegiance, loyalist. Primarch, Ferrus Manus, a machinist, an inventor, and not a great head on his shoulders.
Oh.
Single word, bionics. Bionic! The Iron Hands are from the home planet of Medusa and their Primarch Ferrus Manus. Does Ferrus Manus have an iron hand? You fucking know he's got an iron hand. The Iron Hands believe that the flesh is weakness, but despite all of their enhancements, despite all the things that made them demigods, replacing some of the flesh with bionics will allow them to serve the Emperor more. They go hard into vehicles and dreadnoughts. Dreadnoughts being giant walking sarcophagi that have wounded space marines piloting them from the inside. Vehicles, metal upgrades. These are the things that make up this legion. Their tech marines have servo arms sticking out from all directions. They have a wide array of mechanics and extremely often replace limbs with metal ones, serving all kinds of different functions to deal with their enemies. The Iron Hands are also not particularly nice. They're kind of assholes. I mean, marines are already normally pretty big assholes, yes. but they're a little bit up there because of their flesh, civilians made of flesh, because you see, the flesh is weak. Flesh is corruptible. Bionics, the strength of the machine is pure and cannot so easily be corrupted. So if you want people who have this little techno-fetishistic vibe to them, that love their vehicles and their walking coffins, hit up the Iron Hands.
Understand, Commander.
Okay. So that's the 10th Legion. I'm going to say with the Iron Hands, I thought Perturabo from the Iron Warriors was very machine-based already. This guy's more so, and feels like, sounds like they would be pretty chill with the Adeptus Mechanicus, right? Since they have a similar idea, it's just different gods, you know, different worship, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, sure, I guess they could say, you know, the flesh is weak and machines uncorruptible, but you lost your head, so you fucking lost, I guess, with that. So I don't know. Get yourself a metal head. Doesn't work that way, does it? Man, was that too much of a hot take? Was that a hot take? I don't know. They seem all right. All right, so we're about halfway through at this point. Next time we'll start with the 11th Legion. I'm looking forward to seeing what the rest of the legions are all about. But thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. If you like this video, please leave a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. And also remember to support Bricky as well, because this is some great content, and you know, the original content creators should be supported too, if not already. So please do that. Thank you for joining me. Stay tuned for next time, where I finish up the rest of this video. Shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.